Welcome to Bio class. After algae, today we are going to start bryophytes. Let's know its characteristics. Bryophytes include various mosses and liverworts. Okay. Bryophytes are also called amphibians. Amphibians are the plant kingdom because these plants can live in soil but depends on water for the sexual reproduction. Okay, please keep this word. The why bryophytes are called plant amphibian. That is the answer. You have to remember that amphibians, normally we know that animals or plants who can live in water and land, but actual concept is that plant or animal whatever, amphibian in animals also, in their life cycle one certain stage, suppose here this is the life cycle, if one certain phase, that is the reproduction, for that the water is required. And in case of amphibian, I mean frog, also the same thing. They are also doing the reproduction in water. And in bryophyte also the same, that the water is required for the sexual reproduction, but they are mostly terrestrial. Okay. They are present in the humid areas, shades, damp, all these things. Now, bryophytes and algae and others that we have to differentiate a little bit. So let's check this one. Look at here. Here I have written all. I mean, root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, and seed. It is found in any plant. Now, algae we have just completed. We know that in algae, root, stem, leaf, these three are not distinct. Instead of that, we got there thallus. Thallus. Okay. And we know that they are cryptogamy. It means that this all three, bryophyte, pteridophyte, algae, all three, they are non-flowering. It means flower, fruit, and seed, these areas, they are not present and they are called cryptogamy. What about bryophytes? In bryophytes, a root is there. Root is rhizoid. It means it is not true root. Not true root, root like things. Stem and the leaf not distinct, but they are far better looks than algae. Leaf like structure is there, stem like structure is there. Okay. In pteridophyte we have got all these things very clear. Okay. Now, in gymnosperms, you know that the root, stem, leaf is there, and the flower also there, but fruit is absent in this, and seed is present, and seed is naked. That we will see afterward. But in angiosperms, you will get all everything. So you have to keep in mind. These are called the phanerogamy. Phanerogamy, where the flower is there, the flowering plants. So here is the concept. When we are doing the bryophytes, take a look once again. The bryophytes, here rhizoid, I mean root like structure is there. Stem and leaf is not distinct. And not true stem and leaf is present, and flower, fruit, seeds are absent. Okay. So here is that multicellular unicellular rhizoid is there. The lack true root, stem or leaves. The root like, leaf like, stem like structure. The main plant body bryophyte is haploid, that we'll discuss. It produces gamete and hence it is called the gametophyte. So this concept you have to be clear. Now, 6 organs of bryophytes is multicellular. The male 6 organ is antheridium. It produces biflagellate antherozoids. Female 6 organs is archegonium, flask sept. So here we have to see this parts here. In your books, that diagrams it is given. So here it is. Here it is archegonium, means it means that it's female part. Female archegoniophore, and here the archegonia, it is there in this. Okay, this is the rhizoid, you can see, and here is antheridiophore. It's antheridium, means male part. So let these things little bit elaborate in this part. Now look at here, this one, here it is, that female gametophyte. If we see that, this is the archegonia. See that archegonia. Archegonia is plural, and where is one is archegonium. It means female part. I think you can understand. It is flask sept. Here is the egg. Egg is produced, and these are the sperms which enters inside. Here embryonic stage it is shown. Now look at here in the male gametophyte. In male gametophyte is antheridial head. So these are the antheridia. Antheridia, it means the plural it is. So one is antheridium. So if we take this one antheridium, here the sperm is produced. Look at the sperm. It looks like it's biflagellate, and peculiar. It looks like that curved structure. So this forms when it fertilizes. Here is the embryo. I mean embryonic stage is there. So this you can see that the male and the female part of it. Already we know that its main plant body. Here it is main plant body of the bryophyte. It is haploid, and it produce gametes. So it is called the gametophyte. And these gametes also it is haploid, and when it zygote will form, this zygote will be diploid, but this zygote do not undergo reduction division immediately. They produce a multicellular body called sporophyte, which is 2N structure. Now this fact you have to understand. Bryophyte having one very peculiar chromosomal system in their body. In their body, that the one certain portion is haploid and the other part is diploid. So let's know about this fact nicely. For that you have to know little bit about its life cycle, otherwise it is difficult to understand. Look at here if we can start from these areas. Now this from these areas we can start. The mature gametophyte. What is the meaning of the gametophyte? It means that here chromosome number N. It is haploid structure. Okay. Now this gametophyte will produce the gamete. Now look at here. It's this is its female part, and this is its male part. The female part will produce egg. This egg, obviously N it is. N is the, here also the sperm also N. Okay, I think you have got that. This part of the gametophyte in the early life, they can produce their separate branches there, which is male and the female, and the archegonia and the antheridia inside it. They can produce their egg and sperm. Now when fertilization will take place in zygote, obviously it is 2N. It is 2N structure. This 2N structure, now in zygote, from that they are where they are developing this 2N structure, they are developing here, these areas, not any other place. They are developing 2N structure in this. And here what is produced? See that this is the 2N part of it. I mean diploid part of it. And this is haploid part. Look at here, in two different color it is shown. This is the 2N part. Now here this area is foot, and this is seta, this is capsule. This capsule afterwards, when it gets mature, and it produce and spores in the process of meiosis, meiotic cell division. So it is 2N structure. So very easily it can produce in that that spore. So from that spore that here new bryophyte will come, the gametophyte of it. So because it is N number and N, so N structure will be there. So if you see its life cycle, it's quite peculiar. In the same plant body, that haploid structure and the diploid structure both are there. Haploid part is called gametophyte, diploid part is called sporophyte. The haploid part, they are produced the zygote, a sperm and ovum at first, then after that zygote, and this zygote will germinate in haploid plant only. And here the sporophyte part will grow, which is 2N. When it gets mature, here the capsule will produce the spore again in the process of meiotic cell division. When the spore will germinate, then again the sporophyte of that plant will grow, because spore is N number, and this part will again grow that the gametophyte part of the plant. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind. This is very, very, very important. In economic importance, if you can see that here sphagnum, also known as peat moss, that you have to know a little bit. Here you can see that economic importance, here it is. It is a great capacity of retaining moisture. This sphagnum, it is there in your book's diagram, you can check that. And it is used in packing material of plant. Suppose any plant, if we transport, then leaving plant, then we have to pack with this moss. It maintains the high soil acidity and retaining the capacity of the dry soil. It is said that the half of the heating power of the good coal and the heat of wood. It is also used in the absorbent bandages and surgical dressing. All this functions, you can see this. These are the flowers are packed for the long period, and if it is packed with that, it will be fresh for the long time. So all these are the characteristics. Now let's see the next part, that liverwort and moss. Bryophytes divides into liverwort and moss. This two. Let's take a look. Liverworts, a little bit primitive. This is dorsiventral and this is radial symmetry. Dorsiventral means it is thallus-like. Look at here, it's thalloid, thallus-like, and its dorsal face and the ventral face is there. But here moss, it is looks plant-like, radial symmetry, and the foliage means leafy type of state is there. Here midrib is not present. Here midrib is there. I mean, in leaf, you know that midrib is there, but here not true leaf, but still it is there. Now, very important here, rhizoid. Here rhizoid, it is unicellular and it is unbranched, but here it is multicellular and branched in case of moss. Okay. Now in moss, you know that the foot, seta and capsule, just now I discussed it is differentiated, but here it is not. In liverwort, the protonema one stage is there, that we'll discuss afterward, but in moss it is protonema and leafy stage. These two stages, it is very clear. So here it is difference. Now let's take a look in your book. In asexual reproduction in liverwort, here by fragmentation of thalli means the thallus-like structure, and also by the Gema cup. Here I have one diagram of it. You can see that this is the game macabre, and it is the thallus, and over it one cup-like structure, and here the spores are produced, and in that way that asexual reproduction they are doing. In moss, it is already told that the stages are the protonema and the leafy stage. You can see that this juvenile stages are there in the moss. When it will germinate, look at here. This is the protonema stage. Protonema stage. What is it? It is creeping. It is green, branched, and filamentous. Look, you can see that. After that, from that the rhizoid will form and the leafy stage will start. The next is second stage is the leafy stage, which develops from the secondary protonema. I think you can understand that from this is the protonemal stage. Then after that the leafy stage will start. Okay. So here the branched and the multicellular rhizoids will form. Now, sexual reproduction here, Antheridia archegonia, already it is told, it is discussed, and about the sporophyte and the gametophyte, I discussed already. So, examples you have to keep in mind. So, that is about the bryophyte. You have to keep in mind all these things and study it nicely. Thank you.